Welcome back to another Indie Games Wednesday. On this episode, I'm happy to be talking about a game releasing this summer by Petums called Papetura. As you can see from this footage, Papetura is a beautiful point-and-click adventure game with a paper-like aesthetic and a strong focus on light and shadow. What might not be immediately clear, however, is the fact that the look of this game is achieved using actual paper and real lighting. Every character and every environment is a physical object built using a large amount of paper, glue, and creativity by Tomasz Ostafin. And as always on Indie Games Wednesday, I'm sorry if I mispronounce any of the names throughout this video. Tomasz Ostafin comes from an architecture background, which comes as no surprise when seeing the sets and building process. He has been working on this game for over half a decade now, and when you see the creative process, you know why the game has been in development for as long as it has. Ostafin creates these large, physical sets with painstaking detail. Looking at these environments is like looking at the set of a stop-motion film. They have an incredible amount of detail, and the texture really shines through to give a look which feels tangible, yet surreal. The amount of skill needed to produce this project seems astounding to me, as Ostafin brings together so many different mediums in his efforts to bring Papetura to life. Set building alone includes drawing the designs, 3D modeling to plan and design some of those environments, then cutting, gluing, and ultimately piecing together the physical world. Then wiring the sets to include built-in lights and switches to control those lights. Then, once those sets are built, he utilizes photography to capture and import the characters and environments into their digital forms. Then, he uses animation to bring the creatures to life by physically moving the objects, as well as using digital skeletons and software. And finally, there's programming and game design to bring all of these aspects together to create the final product. On the one hand, it must be exciting to work with all of these different mediums, but on the other, it must be so much to keep track of with so many different elements to organize in both a physical and digital space. I once worked on a project which included making giant heads made out of paper. It required 3D modeling, printing, cutting, and gluing. It was very relaxing and fulfilling at times, almost meditative. But it also took so much time, became very tedious, and ultimately started to wear me down. That project was absolutely nothing compared to the scope of what Tomasz Ostafin is working on here. I have no doubt that this project is extremely fulfilling for him, but I can't imagine the headache of bringing all of this together. The level of passion required to bring this world to life is immeasurable. Ostafin even went as far as learning to make his own paper in order to get the specific texture he was looking for. It seems as though there is no skill he won't learn to bring his vision to fruition. That being said, that doesn't mean he hasn't turned to others for their expertise. Ostafin brought on music artist Tomasz Dvorak, also known as Floex, and sound effects artist Juraj Mravix to bring the audible world of Papetura to life. Tomasz Dvorak is known for his work on Mechinarium and the Samorost series, as well as his musical albums released under Floex. The official story description is as follows. A lonely creature named Pape lives in a flower prison away from the rest of the world. One day, Pape escapes and finds little Tura, a magical being that he'll take care of. Together, they will face darkness, fire, and monsters that will try to burn down their beloved paper world. That alone sounds interesting, but when you know that this story will unfold in a beautiful world, physically crafted from paper and with real lighting, things become even more interesting. Seeing Tomasz Ostafin's process, his dedication, and ultimately his vision for a unique world has filled me with inspiration and excitement. I can't wait for Papetura to be released this summer, and I wish Petums the best of luck with its launch. I suggest that anyone interested in what they see here follow along with the game's development, and I'll leave links in the description below to where you can do just that. That's all for another Indie Games Wednesday. Ring my like button, subscribe to my comments, and let me know down in the bell. Thanks for watching, and keep on supporting indies.